Did you know that you have a reputation in heaven? Not just a reputation in heaven, but you have a reputation in the spirit world. There was a passage in the book of Acts where these 7 men were all like, they were wanting to be exorcists. And that's not an occupation I would like really want to jump into. But these 7 men wanted to be exorcists. And so they saw that Paul was casting out devils. And so they went to this demon-possessed person and they tried to cast this devil out. And the demon spoke from within the person and said, Jesus, I know, because you use that name. I know Jesus. Paul, I also know. But who are you? So it is true that in the spirit world, you can have a reputation. But among the heavenly hosts and among God himself, there is a thing called a heavenly reputation. And I want to talk to you how to gain a good heavenly reputation. So I'd like to read a popular passage of scripture. This is Hebrews chapter 11. We're going to read verses 1 through 6. This is Hebrews chapter 11 is a passage in the Bible that all of us should know. We should know in our hearts because it really defines what faith is. And without faith, it is literally impossible to please God. And so really this Christian journey that we're on is a journey of learning how to have faith. One of the key rebukes that Jesus had for his disciples was, "O ye of little faith." And constantly he would award people. He would say, may it be done to you according to your faith. If they needed a healing for somebody they were believing for, it was always according to their measure of faith. On one occasion, a man came to Jesus and he needed a miracle for his son. And Jesus said, do you believe? He said, Lord, I do believe, but help me with my unbelief. And our journey, our Christian journey is one where we are growing in our faith, growing in our trust in the Lord. And Hebrews chapter 11 really is one of the most defining chapters in the scriptures about how we can trust God and believe in God. And so let's look at this scripture together. Hebrews chapter 11, verses 1 through 6. It says, faith shows the reality of what we hope for. It is the evidence of things we cannot see. And I'll pause and just comment one brief thought on this is the clearest definition of faith in the New Testament. So if you want to know what faith is the best definition. Ironically, it's very confusing. How many of you have read this verse before and said, okay, I understand this is what faith is, but I'm still scratching my head. So we're going to comment on that a little bit more throughout the message. Through their faith, watch this, the people in days of old earned a good. So it's talking about the elders in the Old Testament that they gained a good heavenly reputation. Now this word reputation is key because it is also synonymous with the word commendable, synonymous with the word acceptable and approved by God. So let's move to verse 2. By faith, we understand, or we're convicted, we're convinced that the entire universe was formed at God's command, that what we now see did not come from anything that can be seen. Wave at me if you're a creationist. Do you believe that God created the heavens and the earth? Come on. We didn't come from tadpoles or monkeys. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Verse 4, it says, it was by faith that Abel brought a more acceptable offering to God than Cain did. Abel's offering gave evidence that he was a righteous man, and God showed his approval of his gifts. Although Abel is long dead, he still speaks to us by his example of faith. Verse 5, it was by faith that Enoch was taken up to heaven without dying. He disappeared because God took him. For before he was taken up, he was known as a person who pleased God. And this is the verse that you should all memorize. You should grab a hold of this in your heart. And it is impossible to please God without faith. Anyone who wants to come to him must believe that he exists and that he rewards those who sincerely seek him. Say this with me. God, I believe that you exist and that you reward those who diligently seek you. Come on, do you believe that?